Yeah, Papa Kuffour. Yeah, Papa Kuffour. Let me tell you. Sometimes some people sit somewhere else and think, say, but a personal issue with Kuffour, Kevin Imbu Kuffour. I give Kuffour all the respect in this world. He's older than me. Kuffour might be older than my dad. Kuffour has achieved what majority of fathers in the world have not been able to achieve. But I am addressing Kuffour as the president who did not have that mental capability to save Ghana's economy. That is the Kuffour I am addressing. In the way Jimmy, now one take communication I say, on take the American I say. Kuffour as the president of the Republic of Ghana is the worst and the dumbest president we've ever had, because the actions Kuffour took before he left office, he set a trap. Let us ask ourselves, what can you point at from Ghana at 50? The amount of money Kuffour wasted on Ghana at 50. Unam Ghana Chrome had. What do you see a reflect say Ghana at 50 in your home for so? Now, nil, zilch, nothing. It's a way Jimmy. You don't build a nation like that. Before Kuffour a free office and or pass a single spine salary structure and or the two atamels or so, a Benjamin Nibia or say Tiane Kase. Sad time now I redenomination. As say gov a sikano edi a year invincible hole be able to and or year one Ghana is to one city. Why did he do redenomination to date? Last me ready the basis for Kuffour doing redenomination, it will tell you clearly Kuffour ye can't Ghana problem a ye Kuffour J.A. Kuffour. You people should stop protecting people. Yet Kuffour Hana Kuffour ko yi $1.5 million 2007 2008 and on ko ye chains gold betu nikom anka mahama na ya de we anka nya betina krom ha ye Papa Kuffour. I am addressing Kuffour as an ex-president. I am not addressing Kuffour as the husband of Mrs. Teresa Kuffour. I am addressing him as the ex-president who was given a mandate to serve the people of Ghana. Mumu binwe Jimmy. That is why you always mix intelligence with stupidity.
So we had excess power, and so we used to give Togo, Benin, we used to give Cote d'Ivoire. Unfortunately, the results of climate change have changed things. And aside from that, it's a sign of our growing economy. Our economy has grown so fast that demand for power has ballooned, and we have not been consistent in putting in, enough generation to meet the demand. Aside from that, while demand was increasing, power from our hydro sources has been going down because of the low level of the lake, because of climate change, less rainfall, and all that. So it's been a very complex situation, but I normally don't want to place blame. I took responsibility to fix it, and I believe that we do have some stability in our system now. Indeed, we're going into the era of energy security, because with...
So you haven't fixed it yet?
We fixed it. We're going into the period of energy security. I mean that the period where we can suffer no such reversal.
When will that period start?
From 2017.
January 2017.
No, with the 10 field, I went and tendered about for the 10 field. Sometime next year, we should see about another 70 million standard cubic feet of gas, coming into Etuabo. And then end of 2017, the ENI field will start. And sometime in 2018, we should have 150 million standard cubic feet of gas.
So by the end of 2017, we should be fully energy sufficient?
By the end of 2017, we should be energy sufficient. By the end of 2018, we should have excess power to be able to export that power. Because by 2017, we'll have about 70 million standard cubic feet from the 10 field. By 2018, we'll have 150 million standard cubic feet of gas from the ENI field. The total subscription we have in the West African gas pipeline is 120 million standard cubic feet. So it means ENI is going to give us much more gas than we have subscribed for from
So we'll have enough gas to power our plant?
So we'll have enough gas to power our thermal plants. We'll even still need additional gas if we can get it. And so all the other work that is going on is important towards making sure that we have enough gas. If you take Jubilee and 10 and ENI together, we're talking, of about 300 million standard cubic feet of gas.
And all of these...
And that should produce about another 2,000 megawatts of power. in addition to what we're producing already. Already we're producing a little over 2,000 megawatts. And so if you add another 2,000, that's 4,000 megawatts. That's far more than.
Because it's part of the work. He's not looking in any book. But because the president is part of what is happening, he can tell you everything. And from 2017, we were not going to have energy problems. We were even going to have excess power. And Kwasiafo we almost say, Dumso, Mahama, everyone Dumso solve ye mwe Jimmy. Kwasiafo we na makaya say, na Mahama de na Dumso wo ho. What Mahama? Sa interview 2016. Or catch himself from 2017, 2018, you will never have energy problems. Yantiana Napoleon Kwasiafo Bekache say, we have too much power. Now, if you have too much power, what do you do? Why don't you sell the excess? You are telling me, say, and the most Hadiako say, do so much, I will say, Mahama problem, where Jimmy? What to say, and I'm dodo senquine. Da bena kote say, and I'm dodo senquine. John Dramani Mahama na o save Ghana. This is John Mahama.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Interestingly, the kind of things are not Sakokrano ready say omudema Mahama buying na eno ne nyoma e was say Mahama buying bienini na or solve this problem. The first one he said was Dumso, erratic supply. Erratic supply of water and so or say not Dumso. Remember, these people had listened to Bawuliar. These people were living in Ghana. They knew Senator Dumso, it was solved. But they still went ahead to create the impression, say, John Mahama, Eddie Dumso, Abama Dumso, and solve it. When they were having this demonstration, including Yvonne Nelson's demonstration, that time, na Bawuliar ako join news, ako catch the Ghana for say, Onim said Dumso has been solved. And so me and Mama Mahama credit. My boy video natural. These people were talking about water shortage, especially in Accra. Water shortage in Accra today, has it been solved? In 2015 or 2016, and in there better water issues in Accra and in Ghana. 2016 and in 2023, from 2017 to 2023, in some and Mahama time, no, he talked about cedi depreciation. Time and no demonstration no na uyi $1 Ghana sikim na 3 cedis 40 pesos. And uyi $1 almost 11 cedis 90 pesos. That's basically on the market 12 cedis. And uyi $1 we have 12 cedis to catch up. Mahama time uyi $1 now we have 3 cedis 40 pesos. No more demonstration. These people were talking about increase in taxes. And the Menoka say, Yadahutia COVID-19 tax. The whole world can't be any COVID-19 tax. And the Menoka say, Yetia e-levy. And the Menoka say, Yetia bola tax. And the Menoka say, Yetia taxes are will be da. Mahama Mreno, calculated taxes are yetia, and the taxes are yetia. Sam ranti we almost legon. Omako tech, to make in kind tea a Ghana and Tina no more yes idea no. At the Kudiente no demonstration, no say revenue collection by GRA no, it was poor. Na GRA NJJ at 20 year and the GRA JJ2. Yet Yana Mekachira Mukufi Juma Gehok almost 320 million GRA taxes on TIA ABC Sam Ranti and how be none of the majority of them are working in this government. Time and no demonstration, no man no mubusan say. Now road infrastructure, na Ghana kwino, and yet John Mahama time a kwaya ye. Monfan calculate a kwine sign a Kuffour do ayen in there. After 7 years. Munya analysis say near the twaba, when you're showing the twaba. Omoka increment in utility. You can say increment in utility. Light bill, water bill. No mo say Mahama time no near tumudodo. And every 3 weeks, be a to light him, ya to consume. Mon calculate Mahama time no. Impredo near to consume any light him, any sibia ya to light him, any sibia to consume. Yan fan to when you share the to aba emrante when you nom so mako school omo tenkran we mu de omo intellectuals busa ho were they fighting for Ghana or they were fighting for themselves? Kofi Bentil, and he cannot organize these kind of demonstrations. Sankuma, they will not do it because they were fighting for their government to come to power. They were forcing you to believe what was not there. They also spoke about prices of petrol, and they told petrol saying, and the Kuffour. Where is Kofi Kapito? And the Otina Radio so sometimes they were about damn. I saw Jimmy. Or Jim Mike, and also what the fuck is going around? So that time he had the right to speak like that. Today, because Kofi Kapito is a fucking idiot, because Kevin Muadie. And over time, really, so Kasasa de Wabodam, a Jenny, a Maunyansa. Inti petrol price and there compared to that of John Mahama. Petrol no akofom anase a shuti. Yan calculate and your top petrol saying we are doing street day politics and the reason why they were demonstrating almost say a year statutory payments a year state institutions are a year wasenka aban tua sika mo no mutumi ye munyuma. And we have seen majority of state institutions a demonstration adentra aban emo musika ye labor unions they are fighting a respective state institutions adentra sikanko and the school feeding omako strike and Ghana Workers Union omako strike. Almost every state institution bia eye adwumasha aban ase omunyina ko strike yen tu obi aketu mo Ghana for the past 7 years more than $1. Yen fan kope John Mahama time no any end the time no. They spoke about labor issues. John Mahama time na ni percent ya fo modwuma ena ende and the Kuffour do ni percent ya fo modwuma. Osafuma fo begina TV so ka kire Ghana fo nyina say ono ne MPP ni nebusuan for the almost the right to be employed by the government. But Ghana for years omo be pay adwuma ni bi dia there's no space in government work bibia. Osafuma fo ni bi na no ka kire Ghana for. Ya hwe Mahama time no how many people were employed? How many people were in the banking industry? How many people were working for the government in various institutions? Today, how many people are in the banking industry? 99% of them are render omunyina jobless. These boys are all in Ghana. They say they have been to school. Me have not been to school. They have read white than me. They are seeing all these things. Sankuma oho, Kofi Bentil oho, Kofi Kapito oho. Yet the finance minister no ka demonstration no and the onenetewo. They spoke about decisive leadership. Decisive leadership. Now I'm saying Mahama Baino, Omuntumi Enfo Omuni Sia Debu Enye Huejuma. The same time, no demonstration. Na Mahama de Niesi Dum so asolve dum so. Na Mahama de Niesi infrastructure so AC regional hospitals. Na Mahama decided say chip compounds or best spreading across the nation. Na Mahama say e-blocks, you see more schools. Mahama see more hospitals, more markets. Mahama aviation, more airport. Mahama idea road, Kotokraba, Kaswa, Pokwase, the interchanges around the country. Na Mahama and Slan Kuffour say Mahama was not decisive. Na onim dia oye. Satana Mahama AC Segleme housing over 5,000 houses. No, almost 1,005. Omunitia they be omukwa omuhu. But they were saying John Mahama and the NDC were not decisive. They were playing with words. As we sit here, we want to know Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government for 7 years. What is their focus? Is it the economy or digitization? What is the focus of Akufo-Addo's government? Is it the economy that today we don't know how to sustain the economy, revive the economy, or Ghana card? We want to know how decisive this leadership is. And these fools are all in Ghana today. Kwasiafo nya Ghana obakumpo wiye ene Kofi Bentil okwa na okotina Twitter okotina Facebook no atron kwasiasem obi call say oh please na kwasiato we nam Ghana so onimnyansa echen me onimnyansa chen wo a wutua tax papa no omunye dwuma bia o omo the CSOs atoto omo ho so and omo ko politician we anu akoji sika ye beke bia ma omo ko anu akoji sika ye beke bia ma. That is their work. How did they make money to run their CSOs? It is all politicians they take money from and say yebeke biama asem we de yebeka ni say intumoko parliament amon kan say CSOs ni nyina no jandam. They also spoke about non-performing appointees. John Mahama Abaino, there were appointees in Mahama's government who were not performing under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Who or which appointee is performing? Yenya appointees are omaje bribe on TV, just like Charles Bisu. Akufo-Addo says no. We have seen appointees Omankasa Babeka say Akufo-Addo appointees at the Jubilee House are the ones destroying our water bodies. Almost say yensu ye galam say sa appointee no and from Paul Boatino ye penachi nekuno under Akufo-Addo. So the question I want to ask is eye den na etna Ghana man kwasiafo bi say etna nkran no mu decide ma minue bi oteboase a ne ho kire no a opese aban edi dwuma bi ema ne ho to no every say oyare ohia hospital bi akọ every say sebio ohia aban nhihye bi ebeboa no eye den na Ghana for yema these kind of fools every day they hide behind some language they have learned almost say brofo to lie to everybody and create an impression. Where we were heading in 2012, 13, 14, 15 was the best in the history of Ghana. Baby, 2013, 14, 15, that was the best footing for the Republic of Ghana. When was the last time you saw these people get on the street to demonstrate against any of the things happening in Ghana today? Yatina Krumha, Yaboni Pa and Wachitu in elections. Nobody has spoken. Nobody has gotten on the streets to demonstrate. This government told us they would never go to IMF. Namahama kwa IMF no Jimmy. They have been to IM. They even struggle to get a deal. And as we speak, Bank of Ghana from IMF on or manage sikasem. These twerps, dirty people, criminal gendarmes, they have failed to get on the streets. Fuel prices is getting out of the roof. Utility prices are getting out of the roof. Employment has frozen. Workers' salary has not been increased. Taxes are being imposed on the people every single day. These animals. And Kwasiafo, none of them is able to get on the streets to demonstrate. These people knew in 2015 that NPP were lying to Ghanaians. These people were just doing politics because they wanted to come in and take your money. Mahamudu Bawuliar sat on Joy News and told the world, NDC, they have solved them, so and so what? And so this same Agama lizard calling himself a vice president today wants to tell Ghanaians, don't vote for Mahama because he calls them so. But his own Papa Kuffour in 2007 in the State of the Nation admitted that he does not have the intelligent capability or the mental capability to solve them so. He admitted it on national television. This is how our politics, how low it has become, or it has come. Omwankasa, Mr. Arish Riskontumri or Seche Mensa Bonsu sat on TV to tell Ghana for say, John Mahama and the NDC solved Dumso. They didn't come to meet any Dumso. Menoka say, independent power producers say, by the end of this month, say NPP are buying a car omudi omono omuntia omubetwa Ghana lighting. This is Osechi Mensa Bonsu.
This sector, you call Dumso mu President Mahama. And who President say, Obe you man if you Dumso mu. Until we take key steps be to get us out of it. And any thermal plants are buy to generate electricity for us. Mm-hmm. On the face of it, a good thing no yeah. You call Dumso mu President Mahama. And who President say, Obe you man if you Dumso mu. Until we take key steps be to get us out of it. And any thermal plants are buy to generate electricity for us. Mm-hmm. On the face of it, a good thing no yeah.
He admitted. Say, tell me a call Dumsomuno, na hu hin abrem. Kuffour e call Dumsomuno, na hu him, no yeah. He did not have the intelligence to take Ghana out of Dumso or the adada. Any I say ahini na OD. Or the atro and or use media and or the kata the incompetence so. Kuffour ye nua or ya kan niba inti nimguase mfata no. Inti Kuffour time na ye nyina edwuma se no, eni se ye ka ho asem adentra eni se ye si entoma gufi wa abontene. Na tani kwase ampanyi ni ba dia o se ye gu nanim ase. Se osolve kra yenka se onyo solve every say enimguase fit emfata okani efata keni teniba. Inti oseme chairman sabos not na TV so Mahama dum so ba na hano. Mahama started dum so no. Kuffour tana dum so yes. If you Kuffour no ba yes. I don't know refer no because oya akani oya MPP ni yenka Mahama de onna no ho tan onna esrimni onna etani yengu nanim ase. And these are some of the things that Eddie Ababedru hande. Ye papa Kuffour. Let me tell you. Sometimes some people sit somewhere else and think say, but a personal issue with Kuffour, Kevin Imbu Kuffour. I give Kuffour all the respect in this world. He's older than me. Kuffour might be older than my dad. Kuffour has achieved what majority of fathers in the world have not been able to achieve. But I am addressing Kuffour as the president who did not have that mental capability to save Ghana's economy. That is the Kuffour I am addressing. In the Jimmy, now one take communication as on take the American as Kuffour as the president of the Republic of Ghana is the worst and the dumbest president we've ever had, because the actions Kuffour took before he left office, he set a trap. Let us ask ourselves, what can you point at from Ghana at 50? The amount of money Kuffour wasted on Ghana at 50. Onam Ghana Chrome had. What do you see? A reflected say Ghana at 50 in your home for so now, nil, zilch, nothing. It's no way, Jimmy. You don't build a nation like that. Before Kuffour a free office and or pass a single spine salary structure and or the two atamels or so, a Benjamin Nibia or say Tiani Kasi. Sad time now I read denomination as say gov a Sikano Eddie a year invincible hole will be able to and or yeah one Ghana is to one city. Why did he do redenomination to date? Last the basis for Kuffour doing redenomination, it will tell you clearly Kuffour ye can't Ghana problem a ye Kuffour J.A. Kuffour. You people should stop protecting people. Yet Kroma Hana Kuffour ko yi $1.5 million 2007 2008 and on ko ye chains gold betu kum anka Mahama na ya de we anka nya betena krom ha ye papa Kuffour. I am addressing Kuffour as an ex-president. I am not addressing Kuffour as the husband of Mrs. Teresa Kuffour. I am addressing him as the ex-president who was given a mandate to serve the people of Ghana. Mumu bin mwe Jimmy. That is why you always mix intelligence with stupidity. So when we are asking Kuffour question, we are asking him questions when he was given the mandate to be the president of the republic. I'm not asking Kuffour question as the man in his own home. I don't care about his family, because he is respected in his home as a father and as a grandfather, as an uncle, and I respect that. But I want to address the Kuffour that we gave the mandate to for 8 years, and how he deliberately misused our money, deliberately lied to us, destroyed this nation, and still pretend as if he did anything good for Ghana. When Kuffour was doing redenomination, Mahamudu Bawuliar was the deputy governor of Bank of Ghana. Have you forgotten? And sometimes Ghana politics ye. Sometimes you don't analyze. Inti yaman kwasiafobi etiti TV so they pretend they know nothing. They are just fighting for their stomach. We come here, we sit here, we show you the facts. We come here, we tell you, we show you the document. I will never sit here and come and speak against Kuffour if I don't have anything to show. Bitipene Kuffour. Kuffour ne ma wa wo bitipene omo. Kuffour obra ono abo as his personal life mabobi. But I want Kuffour to understand that when he was given the mandate, he was serving me. He was serving the people, and he did not do what he was supposed to do. And when I was somebody to him, Ghana bra ye brain now was because this same NPP, JJ Rollins Kachiremo, these people know how to lie. These people have changed their name several times. These are the same demons. They are not different. And until the MPP to me platforms no Kachiremo say Men to Mahama, Adentra, oh Mahama de Oeteni, Mahama de Dumso Baye. Abra the same idiot telling you, say, don't vote for Mahama because of Dumso, admitted on TV, admitted in 2015 that the same person solved Dumso. Why now about them? And about Umia? Let us respect each other's intelligence for once. Let us sometimes sit back, analyze the issues, and ask ourselves questions. Let us put that issue of wenyini, where dear or papa and kaompe, without due respect, obia or papa, obia obusia, obia ya Ghana ni. And ya kufonko na nim nyansa ebamadi president too. Other people were more capable, but at the point, MPP kasa onu nendi so. So if he came in and he messed up, we need to let him understand it is through some of his mistakes. Intini ya wahane. Fast forward to 2023. And if you are even going to take you back to 2007, 8, or whatever, when Kuffour came into power, 2004. At the end, they over to do say, say, when a J.A. Kuffour ye Jama Ghana. Tell me one. Tell me one thing. Because a J.A. Kuffour the starting when we ye. Monche me ba Kuffour emergency. And oko konfanocha unhundi siwo. What is Kuffour's legacy? Kuffour's legacy is lies. They will come out and tell us Kuffour's legacy. So anytime you push the NPP to a corner, we are going to run on Kuffour's legacy. Tell us Kuffour's legacy. What is Kuffour's legacy? Kuffour's legacy is proposing ideas which he never implemented. What is Kuffour's legacy? Tell me and let me look at it and now assess Kuffour. Because I can tell you John Dramani Mahama's legacy. And the legacy, you can see it physically, electronically, and you can point to it. Tell me Kuffour's legacy. We are a world where people call us a third world country. We can never build Ghana without infrastructure. We can never build this economy without having the necessary infrastructure to hold the ideas. You can have all the intelligence in your head, but if you're a third world country, you need to have something to hold the idea in. And it's not Bill Gates built a Microsoft. The idea was installed in the Microsoft. Idea no one trim, but he needed people to see the idea. So he made it physical for you to see. That is why today you can say, Bill Gates, this is his idea. Tell me one legacy of J.A. Kuffour that today is benefiting Ghana. The NDC says MPP is a scam. You have a personal issue with me. But these are the facts. We are open for conversation. Kuffour, Nanado Dankwe Kuffour, put their regime together and come and tell me that their regime, the two regimes, there's something that they have done that is sustaining Ghana's economy today. Something that Kuffour did, including a Kuffour Bawuliar, they have done that is sustaining Ghana's economy. Tell me one. And I will show you 10 times of what Mahama did. Would you see a Jimmy Anna? Kuffour's legacy. Kuffour's legacy. Kuffour's legacy. Where is the legacy? Show me Kuffour's legacy and let me show you something. Where is J.A. Kuffour's legacy? And show me Kuffour's legacy. Prove to me Kuffour's legacy is saving Ghana today. Tell me Kuffour's legacy is basically helping the economy today. Then I will know that Kuffour left something behind. Where is Kuffour's legacy? Inti mode mano ena sebio mode achichiri nipa abetu nipa so. Kuffour's legacy. We will run on Kuffour's legacy. We get it, NPP. Tell me Kuffour's legacy. Kuffour's legacy is redenomination. What was the basis for redenomination? A DNA Jinasu redenomination. Is that his legacy? Kuffour's legacy is going to HIPIC. Is that his legacy? Kuffour's legacy is making sure, say, Ghana as a country, at the end of the day, that single spine he passed, how has it benefited Ghana? Is that his legacy? Mumma me Kuffour legacy na minjina so na menfanchira mo say John Dramani Mahama's 3.5 years is profitable than Kuffour's 8 years and the Kuffour's 8 years. I swear to God, you people have nothing. Yejai abebu asama ne yeshe ni nika. And ye kasaka krane de baba to so ye kasaka krane de nkwasi baby to so near the katakata ye krono so ye jai. We are going it raw. We are asking raw questions and demanding reasonable answers. Or see, MPP, NDC bar power. There was no doomso. And doomso was a money problem. And that doomso na NDC solving, it was temporal. And then I say, a merry plant, you're a temporal. I don't know atamaba santimemu edbema power. And then I say, sa energy no mobeto car power near I don't know. Did they crash them? One more turbines and one more plants and sustaining Ghana's energy today. But the most important part of Bawuliar's speech, the media, they have done a big disservice to Ghanaians and say he was emphatic. Or see, before the NDC took power from Kuffour, there was no doomsaw. This is J.A. Kuffour, State of the Nation speech. And these are words of J.A. Kuffour. We are going to read it under energy and power. Ye papa Kuffour anka say numa sem 2007. Na ye ready near say ye papa Kuffour tesono. Did he admit that there was doomsaw? Did he admit say kom kofa power about 200 megawatts every Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire abeboa Ghana? This is what we need to do. Near say Bawuliar anka say onamo oyenipa anawe bonsam. He was sitting on TV. He was telling Ghana for in 2015. So before NDC came to power, there was no doomsaw. Now mumientie J.A. Kuffour, ye papa Kuffour numa sem ewo parliament. Joy News, they have the footage. TV3, they have the footage. Metro TV, they have the footage. GBC, they have the footage. Why are they refusing to release J.A. Kuffour's 2007 State of the Nation? Why is Joy News refusing to release J.A. Kuffour's State of the Nation's address when he was speaking under energy and power? Why? If we are lying, why are they not bringing it out? Now let's read Papa Kuffour's statement, because Mahmoud Bawuliar in 2015 or see NDC ba power no na dum so bi eni ho yentie Kuffour enum asem ye be kinkan ne akire chirem ye be insurance no but san kwase asem na ekoso Ghana no, we need to kill it. J.A. Kuffour, Mr. Speaker, and this is Kuffour's statement. I shall start my message with a report on the current crisis. Kuffour enum State of the Nation American no. Or say, Mr. Speaker, I shall start my message with a report on the current crisis in the supply of energy in the country. Or say, Mr. Speaker, answer the measure no me pese moti ase se Ghana da yetim no ye wo eye inyemunkane wonsam asem kese oyene daye so ena edi oman so onyene edaye so. Or say we are in an energy crisis. Wasiafo ye kyerɛkyerɛ mu ana ye moya mo say ena NDC ye kyerɛ mu bia no kora ne hye ye papa Kuffour ye nka no kora nkyerɛ Ghana fo. Kuffour enum asem, I believe this will go a long way in reducing the anxiety and the fears of the business community and the public in general. Or see, or you sure say asema obeken eye omo ye ankura omo wonwuma a sebio omo wonwuma nkese ne ade no eye ohawe da omo so no sebio ebi omo akoma beto omo yem. Or see, answer na mekasa no oyenne kese bi a efa yanyina mu nkane a ho nsem no eda kuro we so aye asem kese nanso mekoso no mepese asema mi beken me ye sure say eye dwadifo any businessmen ne omo ankrankro mo mu dwun Ghana no menkan wie no na omo akoma atom yem na crisis no oti ase sen energy crisis no na ase kire sen. The second paragraph, the problem of inadequate energy supply has crept up on the nation since the construction of the Akosombo Dam. Or see, the problem of inadequate energy supply has crept up on the nation since the construction of Akosombo Dam. Or see, nkania ho nsɛm ene ɛyɛ nkania engina so ene ɛyɛ yirimu nkania anase energy ɛbɔ Ghana ho man no ɔsi ɛho nsɛm ene ɛho onyende ene ɛho nsɛm kɛse a ɛbɔ ɛman we so a yɛho kyerɛ ho no ne nyina start yɛ emra yɛsi akosomo dam Kuffour no namo no onim say Ghana's energy crisis the day we built Akosombo Ghana population started to increase no and na starting ya energy crisis John ejekum Kuffour no asem Mahama na dum so ba ye nkwasiafo Kuffour kan on his speech me say there you see eye Akosombo a ye bia Akosombo a Ghana for start today Akosombo ye adwuma ye twetwe nkania no and na Ghana energy problems start ye ya papa Kuffour nka no kore oti future mu na ye nka nasem go on let me bia mu nkyerɛ with it the whole nation was lured into believing that the dam will be an exhaustible source of power. The first sign that this belief was naive appeared towards the mid-1980s. See, yaya Akosombo wie no Ghana fo nyina be nya adwene bi se yaya Akosombo wie de eye enyiremu kanea de yenya ho asem da na eye Ghana enyiremu kanea anase energy ho nsensem no 1980 or see in the middle, it's or see the source of power. This first sign that this belief was naive appeared in 1980, the mid 1980s. Or see, Sajidi na ne Ghana for team. No imagine you say, Kwame Nkrumah ya Akosombo no ye nyanyi mukania hon sansam ye hon chire no around 1980, mid 1980, and a Sajidi ne te call ye a hon ye start who said doom so a ye Akosombo no entumi nkuta Ghana nyinamu with Jimmy. Mumu do no MPP for munko school to mama Bawuliar ne san kwasiafo we dada mu now according to say when the nation suffered the first load shedding from Akosombo into the first doom so ye the timetable by no 1980 ofu ina wen and amote Ghana Mahama de dum so aba and the Kuffour na ne to achenchin na we nyini chen Ghana nyina no oda ho te Ghana se Mahama de dum so ba ohun se eyankwase akeka we ye Kuffour num asem it is MPP ni gina platform so no be bia na look as Mahama de dum so ba so ye kwase a ya papa Kuffour se 1980 mid 1980 and a first load shedding ye ka say we better kanim we na kanim we meda kanim we na kanim and start ye 1980 na mo ajimi Yankoyenim Kuffour no masem 2007 State of the Nation and I make kan kire wo no ya pese kwase bi magina TV zunka se and Mahama na didum so bae ye be bogutiri mutuo ofui all right thank you sir alas the muntie Kuffour no masem brofo na me kyekire mu otwi so amefo when MPP for adzanfo adada mo munye mpuntio ba kompo ma santeman mensia muntie ni kyekire mensia mo so muntie na mo so mo ka ho bi mon ka no kura nkyira santefo entinende mpuntio abo asanteman mentia mo so muntie otumfo de wa ben cheme wa ko school cheme wa tu kwan cheme me ka mensia me ka sante mun bia maso na muntie no kure na mama dada mo ho ache. Alas, the economy was in no shape to support any serious solutions to the problem. Or see, time adum so started to 1980 no, na Ghana economy no, na eni ahoden a ebetumi solve sa problem no. Into dum so no, load shedding calendar no 1980 mid 1980 around June NS ye de calendar ba bontene. Kwame plus be frame me show. Now it goes on to say this. There was a recurrence after the mid 1990s. Or see, Dumso 1980 na ba no, et Kuffour kakra na 1990 and a starting home. After 1990 ne sa hu se kane ne kona aba. Kuffour no asem no. Kuffour na eka history kire mo. Of course no see. It was then that result was made to thermal plants like Aboadze. Fueled by crude oil, these plants have proved extremely costly to run. It was around 1990, no, and Emma Ghana put together a plant a friend Aboadze. Na sa Aboadze no, na ye the oil and the run it is a generator. Na a born a ding. Na akoso mo ho. Akoso mo 1980 na load shed the first doom so by Kuffour 1990 and a doom so say unity. Into 1990 hono and na omo koye den ye see Aboadze no near the oil and the power and the generator. Na Ghana so your economy ni nisa asikana de bia ye hwe fango egu Aboadze na ema ye electricity. Mombre mwasi na muntie no kure na ye jimi wo Ghana dodo. Now, on assumption of office in 2001, Kuffour say time ye di ben ye hwe nsem obedi president 2001 no. Mamen ko back kakrebi. 1992 JJ Rawlings ebedi Ghana so no. Kai J.A. Kuffour say eye akosombo no 1980 ho baby ne start your first load shedding. That time na Ghana no emu bie. That time no 79, 80, 81 JJ Rawlings, Hilary Man. That time no na Ghana mu bie na amanfo start your business. Na the economy no stretch into na akosombo no na struggle. Na akosombo no because JJ Rawlings by 1992 no what he did was he started the rural electrification project. In JJ Rawlings by no that was when na odi light echo in Kurase. Kuko Nkurase 1992. Inti afei na pressure saba beda akosombo no so. Na Aboadze ne akosombo no they were struggling because na afei ye nya more artisans in Ghana. Amanfo bie more cold store, amanfo ye welders, amanfo ye tailoring, amanfo ye ejuma ye de kanea ye. So the economy was expanding, our population was growing. So there was pressure on them Aboadze and akosombo. So when Kuffour came in 2001, mo had you see ye. Mo pesa mu nyini a e wo se mu tie nyansa beti MPP ni Jimmy Fobiti radio so any of these flag bearers saying say doom so end mo kan so ne maame we Jimmy odun say Jimmy anytime bet se Bawuliar bie na no MPP ni bi gina TV so bie na no say Mahama ni do so kan so we Jimmy for I will not argue you. Kuffour is the biggest scam in Ghana's history, I'm telling you. Now let's move forward. On assumption of office in 2001, government decided to find long-term solutions to this problem. Accordingly, it initiated action to raise $40 million, being Ghana's equity for commencement in 2003 of the construction of the West African gas pipeline project. I say, obetina ben mu no, elomu se asam ni asam kese, dum so no wo ho, indwuma egu, nyoma ya din. Enti aban ye na adwene se, ono ankasa be raise $40 million bia, on the any indwuma bi so be di omo tuma be sie ni, na omo de be solve energy problem. Ti Kuffour ba no, na dum so jinem. Sanka dum so njine mu a anka ni energy problem a anka Kuffour ko raise $40 million di ayedien or the besho maame apampa so or the baba echinka fa mamwedi or the baba see NPP headquarters or raise $40 million to do what? Fight Dumso. Kwasiabiti radio said Dumso wasn't a money problem, na ayedien problem. So if Dumso wasn't a money problem, why was J.A. Kuffour in 2001 raising $40 million to fight Dumso? Inti Bawuliar jina baby ka say Dumso wasn't a money problem. Eye Otabu jina na sorry them said Dumso wasn't a money problem. These are all politicians. You need to treat them like politicians. Mensa Otabu mo politics no mo ye. They take advantage of you idiot because mo Jimmy do on mo nim nyansa omo dada mo. So Kuffour raising $40 million or $40 million not a kopemba. So what be Ghana in Kenya if you said that time no 1980 and a first load shedding first load shedding what you say 1980 and a doom so ye in Kenya we better hand we better sumu we better light 2 days what was a Mahama oh bodam. Aboadze plant wasn't built by Kuffour. Let me correct it. Aboadze plant is one a JJ Rawlings ni CEO. Kuffour hasn't built that time. Kuffour see plant back kumpo. JJ Rawlings onim nyansenti in the 1990s near the power man no or starting rural electrification you know see Abuadze plant onya kwasia. On you say Ghana will be expanding. There will be a lot of people using electricity. So he built Abuadze plant and an Kuffour Kano. Abuadze plant came to support Akosomo. Ononeba I don't know say do sonne da hujirim into a year in 40 million. Yanko enim bi chirem. Kuffour no masam na meka chirem no. Now, also 40 million being Ghana's equity for commencement in 2003 of the construction of the West African gas pipeline. It was also 40 million say, Yenfan koye the Ghana gas pipeline. Or say anything na Ghana for $40 million. Send beya, yeah, West African gas pipeline. Anka Ghana best started the yesu sika kushim ne aye. Yanko ye ni muntie Kuffour. This had been on the drawing board for many years. Or see, sa idea na almost saying $40 million eba West African gas pipeline no na it was on the drawing board. Yeah, Papa Kuffour asemo obi no. Ya ka say o drawing board so na wo mutirim. But so physical. Hey, rather ya go for. LPP for kwasi avu we na budidi omochi. Or say, Kuffour so me 40 million no, na a idea wo butim say omo ba be West African gas pipeline. Yan hwese Kuffour ye ya. Now the project which will produce large volumes of relatively cheaper and sustainable source of energy was expected to be operational by December last year. Or say so $40 million omu year say anka omu de construct the West African gas pipeline no na anka was say sa project no ready in 2002 because asma no okay na 2003 no asma no okay na 2007 into say sika we kura no na anka was say anka omu to be West African gas pipeline no in 2002. Now, Uko Enima will say, unfortunately, J.A. Kuffour no asem no, or say 2006, or say unfortunately, it's all West African gas pipeline na Kuffour kasa statement with na 2007 into na Kuffour catch the parliament to say na nka was senka West African gas pipeline no $40 million no it was supposed to be done the year before the previous year which was 2006 and so this speech was in 2007 meaning $40 million na nka so be West African gas pipeline no enyamba so Kuffour enu masem no Kuffour etudum so hu ye twen ye Papa Kuffour ema sebio wehunyansa asolve dum so JJ Rollins ba ye den osi Abuadze support Akosomo ye Papa Kuffour ba $40 million West African gas pipeline or kind idea we 2007 or sinan kaose pipeline no 2006 eye adwuma 2007 ogina no pipeline bi amba ye $40 million no here ye hu ye yenko enim uko enim I say I'm trying to find where I left off. Unfortunately, there has been some constructional delay and is now programmed to be operational in August this year. Yeah, Papa Kuffour say 2006 no man to man yet $40 million no $40 million no operational hazard BC year one chire mu BBC and J.A. Kuffour or say 2006 no West African gas pipeline o went to man yet but or yes sure say a year after do manim year 2008 ne de a year West African gas pipeline no o mo be ye satan ne mfa aso embo form $40 million yenim be bi afa J.A. Kuffour emfa aso embo form kasa ha ene start West African gas pipeline dum so ejinem yeah, load shedding. Mama yenko enim. Mr. Speaker, in anticipation of this flow of gas, the establishment of a gas turbine thermal plant is being undertaken by public and private interest. Or say, Mr. Speaker, in anticipation, brofo no aka no ho no. Sa brofo ewu a ko echi kakra. Or say, Obika say they are anticipating na just say almost susu say susu onye emphatical Ojina's parliament or say Mr. Speaker yes susu say to me your pipeline way West African gas pipeline we are nipa eye ankrankra private sector for so ed the support beba that time no susu onjini humpo humbebi obe ende oni end game he is now anticipating mo papa Kuffour munko bisa no ote buri ote pepo do so je mframa we wi musika sem confirm osere amenka Kuffour asem as Kuffour himself as a man I respect him but as a president of the republic one of the worst in our history. Now yanko enim in the interim yakase in the interim Kuffour no asana meka ne brofo no in the interim or see enimenim hiyano and I say pensua yedri in the interim enimenim hiyano or say government has taken shots to medium-term measures to put an end to the embarrassing and expensive load shedding of electricity to which society and industry have been subjected to over the past 6 months. J.A. Kuffour mas osi enimenim ha no ono na ban omotu anamon bia eye dumso ekoso a ema Ghana for ko atiti mu no eye beye infie bosome nsie ya etwam ya emu aya den no osi na ban enimenim abi no omo de eye adwini bi aba obo betu anamon bi abuofunu begina ka chem say John Mahama ne and this na di dumso ba o bodam o ka say dumso wasn't a money problem. Afe mo ti asieba si etna na ka say MPP for ya kromfo Kuffour and the worst president in our history obi say e papa Kuffour de gentle giant yen kana asem oni ideas bia obedi president said odi ahimfie chiame oko Kumasi 100,000 times when tuma anya airport to Kumasi obe catch them say mimi muade. Now Kuffour say omo plans yentie the plans no. In the interim, government has taken short and medium-term measure to put an end to the embarrassing and expensive load shedding of the electricity to which society and industry have been subjected to over the past 6 months. These measures include, or say, sa enmenimiya entutuya matutuno enye muntie so I'm for chirim includes supply from the West African power pool arrangement whereby within the next fortnight Ghana will benefit from supplies from Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire to the tune of 200 megawatts. Or see a BB a year day the West Africa power pool arrangement. What you say? Or say chairman say begina parliament Mr. Speaker nkwasiake kama minchire chirim. Sambre no no mo frɛ bibi West African Power Pool project ni nyina ne sɛ oba West Africa ha Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso ye nyina ye wa idea bi sɛ ye wo enyinamukania obinya enyinamukania problems a na ye nyina yakɔ adwene baakum na yabet ma nipa no kanea kakra na or they are solving the problem. That is not a permanent solution. That is a solution that is interim. They solve problem in ne ade chia ye hobetuma akere. Enti Kuffour no we nya idea mpose obe fight dumso permanently. He was talking about what we call West Africans lalasulelai yenko kanche Nigeria yenko Cote d'Ivoire ho na mama ye energy kakra na yenfan solve a problem that has been there before right after Akosombo was constructed. Mabobodam. Kuffour, you knew this problem has been there. Onyonku JJ Rollins by Obesi Abuazi plant. Why are you now saying say oh Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Togo, and Nigeria, Akwaji power, calling it West African power pool? What is your permanent solution? No, Onisa Adjeneno. His mind, he could not take that megawatt. Adjenena ya de djene solve dumson na Kuffour ni bi. Politics is cheap in Ghana. Ofu bi atena radio so a osmuntie me na me boa mo enkwasiafo bebregu radio so me journalist in Ghana. Tribal bigots, kwasiafo monka no kore ne solve problem no mode ye ya kanfo na yende ye de abegina ha ni nyina de akoba nyina ya asantefo ye ne yakose problem we okoti obi o se free kwa poki ye frame na minia be ma na ya we mu they don't know anything. They know the truth. They are liars, they are thieves, they are criminals. Paul Adumo Chimoni Kwame Sefa Kaimono Kweku Bako, his aim of being a journalist was because he didn't like JJ Rollins and no one only anything in his head. Now Uko Wenima, this is what Kuffour said. I say according to say, the Volta River Authority is poised to establish a 300 megawatt plant in Tema. Or see the Volta River Authority for so Omo already say Omo ba be make sure so Omo be build 300 megawatts plant e Tema. Satana dum so wana dum so do na dum so jinem. Uko enima o say the same company is building another emergency plant to supply 126 megawatts of power by August this year. Into also the same Volta River Authority almost as a plant to do what? Do something wanka Kuffour a kind of parliament to say San Kuffour we na here plant to make sure say do so is now oko asewa or say the Osagefo power barge which has been standing idle will be empowered to produce 120 megawatts in the course of the year. Now your plant, your friend Osagefo. Now Ansena Kuffour to work as a Kwame Nkrumah made a mistake by rushing Ghana into the end. Kuffour we knew was a one kind of correct. Me say, ya ready when you na yenti se Kuffour kofa power biaba wo. Right there you go for. Ye ready NPP ya papa Kuffour ye won so back of power back Mr. S send me the power badges John Mahama brought to add to Ghana's power and then kwasia for more power motivate radio say ya come for into yengu Mahama ni ma se moa. When you go down there, this is what it says. Kwame, I hear. When I finish, I'll call you. The private sector Ghanaian Chinese joint venture company is in the offing to produce in 2 phases up to 600 megawatts of power by the end of next year. Or say there's something called a private sector Ghanaian Chinese joints. Government has also contracted 3 American companies to produce up to 110 megawatts by the end of April this year. Kuffour was saying all these things because of what? Because there was doom so. J.A. Kuffour in parliament, and all these things he talked about, he could not even deliver one. Before he left power, and Kuffour left power and left this baggage and dumped it on Atta Mills. Atta Mills came to power. He started working. Mahama was his vice. Mahama was learning. Atta Mills came to power. So Kuffour time and Ojai side na tuono. Not doom so on the peak already. It was just left with the light a bit blinky. It's about to explode. So Kuffour ja doom so at its peak and left it on Mahama and Atta Mills. It was just left with the lights to blink for people to see danger, danger, danger. And what did John Mahama do? John Mahama told Ghanaians, I will solve Doomso. I will stop Ghana's energy problems. I will cut this energy crisis that has been hanging on the neck of Ghana for. John Mahama and Kasa Sakini, energy minister, can say, you gave some timelines, the timelines you could not deliver. John Mahama Sakino. Because John Mahama onya kwasiao. John Mahama is not a liar. John Mahama is not a made-up politician. John Mahama is an in and out Ghanaian politician. He knows Ghana's problems and he needs to solve Ghana's problems. I tell you, kwasia unjene Ghana ho. And I'll bet na stage so ejina platform so I can say John Mahama ni doom so by we Jimmy. J.A. Kuffour has no legacy. Where is Nana Kuffour's legacy? Show me where it is. It is John Dramani Mahama came 2015. That is where. Thank you, producer. John Mahama came. That is where we saw Dumso Edruni peak. John Mahama was president for 4 years, 3 months. Remember, after 2012 elections, Nana Addo Dankwa Kuffour, the Bosom way, and the Bawuliar clan way, they kept Mahama in the court for like 9 months. 9 months. Mahama to meet in office one day, 24 hours in Yejuma, every day not to court, every day not to court. Near Tia Santimemu, near Bosse, near Refi said Ghana economy has come to a standstill. Investors could not do business with Ghana because they didn't know what was happening. The president could not pick a phone and call an investor and say, come and invest here. He cannot do it because there are some fools in parliament saying green book and saying pink sheet, pink sheet. There are some clowns sitting in the Supreme Court saying pink sheet, pink sheet. And Ghana's development derailed for almost 9 months. Adentia, kwasi ebi say me de na me pa president it was me di president. Na mama busumwe take country hostage. And the same time, right after a year court, John Mahama had to go in straight to work. Then I also John Mahama here in 3 years, 4 months. This is what John Mahama can show you. 3 years, 4 months. You have the green book. After Mahama left court, Mahama said the NDC, we need to work for the people. 3 years, this is what Mahama gave you. 3 years. Say MPP can save Ghana. In 3 years, 4 months, this is what John Dramani Mahama gave Ghana. And this is his legacy. This is the holy grail. When you take Kwame Nkrumah out, this is the holy grail of Ghana. In 3 years, no president can do this. No president can do this in our history. He could not even finish because in Kwasiafobiti radio so no muchantro. And you want me to come and sit here? Na menka say me yakani banti. En Kwasiasamo koswa. Men so so adentia me yakani. Ma Kevin Taylor and Kasentia. Where is it, Mr. S? Which one are you talking about? Send me that video. We need to get serious as a nation. And then you win a topical. But we had to do this. I have to do this. Because there's someone cost me too much. You get seasoned politicians, so-called seasoned politicians, stand on TV and say, Muhammad did do so by now. And because some journalists sit in Ghana and they don't question them. Abra Mahmoud Bawuliar himself said on national television that John Dramani Mahama solved Dumso.
And we need to and the right inputs. Yeah.
All right, couple of minutes on Dumso, and I have just one question here.
Yeah.
Yes, the president says that they have done the fastest mobilization of emergency power in the history of Ghana.
Really?
4 years.
That's what he
fastest in 4 years. It took 4 years to mobilize.
Yes.
And that is supposed to be fast.
However,
that is really scary.
Well,
I mean, if that is the essence of fast. Okay.
The question is still I'm just wondering, whatever you may say about how he described what they've done, the fact is that we now have a better power situation than before. And members of your own party have admitted that yes, they've done something.
And how long is that sustainable?
Well, they've solved the problem. They said they would by the end of the year.
Emergency power. They understand the problem.
We've always said, and this thing, when this government came in, there was no Dumso. They inherited an economy without Dumso.
But we've had it periodically throughout the years.
But they inherited an economy without Dumso. Dumso really started in earnest 4 years ago. So
how can a journalist sit there for Bawuliar to lie that the MPP NDC did not inherit Dumso? Kojo Yankson, you sat there and you people wear glasses. Most of them come on to so. No more you montori aton chain. Yeni ete brofo yeti Joy News. You don't do your checks. You don't do your fact checking. And this clown comes to sit in front of you and say there was no Dumso. Abra, a sitting government, a sitting president came to parliament in the state of the nation. Ekache Ghana for said Dumso is a crisis from 1980. Onoswa beto. You don't question this liar. All because you people wanted MPP to come to power. You people wanted to help liars to come and lead Ghana. Bawuliar bien ano 2015 ka say NDC ba power na no doom so. J.A. Kuffour numasem or admitted say doom so even started 1980, mid 1980. Adan ye Jimmy sa. Yatsna Ghana mani pa kuoka krebi. They lie to us. They take everything away from us. And the bra ye bring na Kamahama Tnaso from 2015 besin dan kamunim de esi Ghana. Infrastructure unka double. Sa roads now unka double. Hospitals unka double. Kanim nipa omenye adwuma wa Ghana. Go around Africa so be a hospital like UGMC or Africa ha. Go and check and come. Yaman kwasiafo we abedi so ewifo we. They have no idea about governance. All that they do is they use the stupid media, some of them. And all that they do is to lie because we belong to a certain tribe. Now you're Ghana in Wako school. Now say, media menyebi makenkaya. Why don't you sit back and do this analysis? Why not say Muhammad didn't so ba Ghana? Nipa ben abua ben on the country. Bawuliar is a fraudster, he's a liar, he's a scammer. He's a pathological liar. Ya wo no na atro eda ne ba mem. Ne boss na eda ne boss na atro ba ku dem. He was born to be a liar. Bawuliar in 2007 when Kuffour was reading State of the Nation, he was sitting in parliament. So how can he come and sit in front of somebody in 2015 and say there was no doom so? In 2007, when Kuffour was reading this speech, Bawuliar was in parliament. He was the deputy governor of Bank of Ghana. $40 million nana Kuffour can was near Kofano way, and your Bank of Ghana uses Ghana. West African gas pipeline near way, and your John Mahama be West African pipeline. Mwe Jimmy ana. Mahama the president 3 years, 4 months. 3 years, 4 months. He gave you this. Mope die mobo bodam na mugu Ghana ho. Mwe Jimmy. Mwe Jimmy. This is 3 years, 4 months. Go around Africa. Go around the whole world. Nekobu says the president been at 3 years, 4 months. Away. Jimmy. Yani be before no. We are stupid. Some of us. Ye Jimmy tini ye him. Yani tukwanyo. Ye hunyama. Ye hun the governance ye nim the presidents ye nim the infrastructure ye nim what development is. Ye cultural development is not in Ghana card. Actually, what Jimmy and Obibeka say, Obe choose interchange over the Obe choose Ghana card over interchange. Now to swami that what's our MPP ni what Jimmy. What to swami? Ope interchange. Ope swami to be the hub of West Africa. Ya can be a casa. Now Nipalitin can catch was say, Sawe Jumani Hiano, Ghana card and Kwasia card be the Hiano. Now that we MPP ni what Jimmy. Let me show you. Paul Adomotri sat in front of John Mahama and Obusa John Mahama question. Let's hear what John Mahama said. Well, about 8 minutes to conclude this. This is John Mahama. Listen to wisdom. Moya petty politics, tribal politics, and I'm going to say Ghana nina.
Ghana and Ivory Coast. The comparison has been going on for a while. Darkness in Ghana, light in Ivory Coast. Projects in Ghana delaying, projects in Ivory Coast going on. Your opponents say Ouattara is better than Mahama. And that's why Ghana and Ivory Coast as neighbors seem to have the situation where Ivory Coast is a better country. You are in a better place to tell us that you've been to Ivory Coast. They actually gave you a national award. You know about the ECOWAS situation. Why are we lagging behind Ivory Coast?
You used a very wrong word, lagging behind. We're not lagging behind Ivory Coast. And I normally don't like to compare, but we definitely are not lagging behind Ivory Coast. If you take the UN Human Development Indicators, aside from Cape Verde, Ghana is second in the whole of West Africa in terms of access to water, in terms of, all the various human indicators that are given. Ghana is second. If you take the size of economy, Ghana has the second largest economy. Cote d'Ivoire is third. Like
Ghana
I said,
is second after Nigeria.
Yes, after Nigeria. Ghana has the second largest economy in West Africa. And so I normally don't like those comparisons because each country is at a different stage in its development. And the circumstances in each country are peculiar.
But until recently, they had light, we didn't have light.
Well, Cote d'Ivoire has gone through its own period when they didn't have lights. We've had to exchange power. At times when they don't have, we have given them. At times when we don't have, they give us. And so it's not something new. Since the 70s, our two power systems have been interconnected with each other. Ghana had a Kosombo, which we thought would never, finish. And so we had excess power. And so we used to give Togo, Benin, we used to give Cote d'Ivoire. Unfortunately, the results of climate change have changed things. And aside from that, it's a sign of our growing economy. Our economy has grown so fast that demand for power has ballooned. And we had not been consistent in putting in, enough generation to meet the demand. Aside from that, while demand was increasing, power from our hydro sources has been going down because of the low level of the lake, because of climate change, less rainfall and all that. So it's been a very complex situation, but I normally don't want to place blame. I took responsibility to fix it, and I believe that we do have some stability in our system now. Indeed, we're going into the era of energy security, because with...
So you haven't fixed it yet?
We fixed it. We're going into the period of energy security. I mean that the period where we can suffer no such reversal.
When will that period start?
From 2017.
January 2017?
No, with the 10 field, I went and tendered about for the 10 field. Sometime next year, we should see about another 70 million standard cubic feet of gas, coming into a trouble. And then end of 2017, the ENI field will start. And sometime in 2018, we should have 150 million standard cubic feet of gas.
So by the end of 2017, we should be fully energy sufficient?
By the end of 2017, we should be energy sufficient. By end of 2018, we should have excess power to be able to export that power. Because by 2017, we'll have about 70 million standard cubic feet from the 10 field. By 2018, we'll have 150 million standard cubic feet of gas from the ENI field. The total subscription we have in the West African gas pipeline is 120 million standard cubic feet. So it means ENI is going to give us much more gas than we have subscribed for from
So we'll have enough gas to power our plant?
So we'll have enough gas to power our thermal plants. We'll even still need additional gas if we can get it. And so all the other work that is going on is important towards making sure that we have enough gas. If we take Jubilee and 10 and ENI together, we're talking, of about 300 million standard cubic feet of gas.
And all of these?
And that should produce about another 2,000 megawatts of power. In addition to what we're producing already. Already we're producing a little over 2,000 megawatts. And so if you add another 2,000, that's 4,000 megawatts. That's far more than...
Because it's part of the work. He's not looking in any book. But because the president is part of what is happening, he can tell you everything. And from 2017, we were not going to have energy problems. We were even going to have excess power. And Kwasiafo we buy almost say, Dumso, Mahama, everyone Dumso solve ye mwe Jimmy. Kwasiafo we buy na say na Mahama de na Dumso wo ho. What Mahama? Is that interview 2016? Or catch himself from 2017, 2018, you will never have energy problems. Yantiana Napoleon Kwasiafo Bekache say, we have too much power. Now, if you have too much power, what do you do? Why don't you sell the excess? You are telling me, say, and the most Hadiako share, do so more, I will say, Mahama problem, where Jimmy? What to say, and I'm dodo senkwine. Da Ben Akoti say, and I'm dodo senkwine. John Dramani Mahama na o save Ghana. This is John Mahama.
Whenever I say PENDREAM TV, PENDREAM TV, there, I see them, yopo.